And we are back.
We're back, everyone.
I'm Francesca.
I'm Nicodemus.
And we are the Saucy Sibz.
Yes, we are the show where we talk about what has been up recently with us in the past week and...
Any sauciness, really.
I know.
But nothing important.
Nothing important.
Someone this week, a good friend of ours was like, hey, like you should really talk about like trans women in sports. And we were like, love the suggestion.
Love it.
And I was like, but just like maybe not. I was like, we literally try to steer away from anything political, which could change. But I was just like, not really us.
And the thing is like Francesca and I are so opinionated and political. And I love, if you're not going to get upset and politics doesn't like offend you or upset you, you know, and you like to have those conversations. Ooh, man, I'm like, bro, okay, order another round because I'm here to let's talk about it, you know, but not on this podcast. We just talk about whatever we want, but nothing of that nature.
Just sauciness, man.
I know. So speaking of sauciness, we had a week, guys. We last week we left off with pretty much preparing for this last week, for this week that just happened, and we were drinking green tea, which we are now today. Because
we are again. Honestly, shout out to Mom. She gets so happy when she gets mentioned on the podcast.
Oh yeah, Mommy.
But she bought us some really nice tea.
She did for my birthday. And I drink really expensive Chinese green tea or white, and man, it's more expensive than you'd think, but
it hits different.
It hits, man. Some people have never even had a cup of it. But so Francesca and I got up super early, and we went to Vegas.
Yeah.
We'll start there. I mean, Vegas was good.
It could have been crazier. We were actually on our game working for the parents.
I know. And I was kind of like, I was constantly trying to be like, oh, like, let's get a little sauce, but let's still perform well, you know?
Yeah.
Which I feel like is very like Vegas work trip.
Last time I went on the family Vegas work trip, I was blacked out the whole time. And my dad told me I was more of a liability than an asset.
Ooh.
So, but things have changed. We did great.
I think so.
Honestly, the Shot Caller, its debut in at the bar and restaurant show in Vegas was like wildly well received. And I think we got like a ton of leads, and I don't know, they have parties every night. It was fun.
I know. And like people would always like come, we'd see them the next day and they'd be like, oh man, I didn't go to bed till 6 a.m. I feel so bad. And I'm like, I'm kind of glad we kept it a little in check.
We did.
You know?
Well, my mom took us like these really cool restaurants. Like one of the nights we went to like an Italian speakeasy, which actually, let's talk about how like the celebrity chef name restaurants, like right on the strip in Vegas, they're so lackluster. They
really are. They kind of just get carried by the name of Wolfgang Puck.
Yeah, but like not good.
And they're so expensive. And you know, if I'm gonna spend like $150 a head, then like maybe it should blow my mind. Okay, Francesca and I do this thing where it's like whenever we try a bite, we go like this.
If you guys could see us, we literally just stare at each other with our mouth open and like freak out, but like silently have this like conversation, and just like we won't stop doing it for like 30 seconds.
Wolfgang Puck did not do that for me, you know, and like that's just kind of the thing with like a lot of restaurants in Vegas, you know. But we went to this Italian joint called Capo's, I think. Capo's. Oh man,
you guys. It was like dark lit, old school New York Italians, and they had like a male singer just doing all the old like Frank Sinatra. It was sexy. It was cool. They had handmade gluten-free fettuccine, which like they were sold out of by the time I got there. So I was slightly unwell. But we ate our way through Vegas.
We really did. We did eat a lot, and we drank a lot too. But that's why we were kind of by the ends of the night, like, you know, by like midnight, it was like, okay, let's just go to bed.
Well, nothing fit me in Tulum because of Vegas. Like I had tried on like all my clothes, all my cute like beachy stuff. And like when I'm telling you that like they didn't fit, it wasn't like, okay, Vegas was a lot, let's squeeze into it. It's like, I don't know what the cheese or the water weight or what happened to me, but like I'm saying like 2 inches, like the zipper, like wouldn't, they were 2 inches, 2 to 4 inches apart. And I was like, like, I'm just speechless. Anyway, I'm back trying to get on a grind because I have this wedding in May. And honestly, so there's 2 dresses that are the same in the bridal party. And it's me and one other girl. And she is like the fittest girl, one of the prettiest girls I've ever seen in my life. She's Hawaiian. She looks like she's 10 years younger than me.
Who is this?
Malia in the bridal party.
Oh, I don't know her.
I'll show you. No, you don't know her, but she looks like she's 25.
Oh, really?
I thought she was. I was like, so how do you guys know her if like she's that young? And they were like, no, she's your age. And I was like, well, we have some tightening up to do.
Yeah.
I can't be like the worst version in the same dress.
Oh, because you guys all wear the same dress.
No, just me and her are wearing the same dress.
Oh.
So she and I are the only ones that said that we would wear this crazy fancy dress, like buy it. And it was like, I mean, she looks like a supermodel. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it
who
can't be
wore
like
it better. Like
exactly.
Oh man, that's kind of tough.
Nick, so tough to the fact that like I think I need to join CrossFit tomorrow.
Yeah.
And drink smoothies.
Uh-huh.
Like I'm about to go on a liquid diet. Meanwhile, it's been like 24 hours of me sober and I'm like, I'm like,
I know when we were setting up for this show, Francesca was like, there's nothing more than I want than just like a drink right now.
Unless we've done like morning podcasts, I always like have a drink or
yeah.
I just like, I think coming down from like this trip when I was having like you're on vacation. So it's drinks for breakfast, drinks for lunch, like drinks for dinner, after party. We go to bed at 5 a.m. So I'm in withdrawal.
Speaking of drinks for breakfast, I have started this like really horrible habit. Guys, please don't judge me. I'm kind of into Red Bull right now.
Oh my gosh.
I drink Red Bull. Like
I forgot about this. So Nick has been hiding this from me. And he was like, Francesca, like in Vegas, he was like, Mom, Dad, like we like landed from the plane. We went and met them for dinner. And Nick's like, hold on, I got to stop and get a Red Bull. And we were like, ew.
What? I know. And my mom,
we don't drink
so
soda. We don't drink.
I really don't drink any soda or like things like that. But I have started drinking Red Bull every day. I have a Red Bull every day. And
we have to break this. This is like, especially if your body needs like a Red Bull to like perform, like something's going on. It's unhealthy.
I know. I'm coming out. Like I have a Red Bull addiction. Like I am one of those people.
Well, I ate a bag of Cheetos.
Oh my God. You did eat a bag of Cheetos. You literally, I know. What was it? It was a bag of Cheetos and
Skittles. Yeah.
Oh.
You guys, we just like, I eat very specifically and I don't really eat like bullshit. Like, I mean, I'll take down like a family size nacho.
Right.
Or something at like a Mexican restaurant. It's not that I don't ever eat bad food, but like as far as like loaded with chemicals, like, I don't know, like packaged food, we just don't buy it. We don't have it. And I got like really drunk and left you guys. You guys stayed out.
We stayed out and we came back and you were in your bed with a bag of Cheetos and some
like
Skittles.
Covered in Cheetos and Skittles.
And I was like, what happened to her? Like,
like that would be like my equivalent of like downing a bottle of vodka. Like they're just like, are you okay? It's very out of character.
It's just so out of character. And I was like, I don't think I've ever seen you eat a Cheeto.
No.
I don't think.
But they are gluten free.
I didn't know they were gluten free to be honest. It makes sense that they are, but I just figured Cheetos were a no, I guess. But the thing about Red Bull though is
in love,
guys. Oh man, it like there's something in it that it does do good things, but then the moment you get on that train, the moment you stop, you really notice it. And you don't
kind of like me and my Adderall a couple weeks ago.
Kind of like an Adderall. I feel like it doesn't do that much for you. Like Adderall, wow, right?
Yeah.
And when you don't have Adderall, okay, wow, you don't have your Adderall. But Red Bull, it's like, oh, it does something. Okay, nice. And then when you don't have it, it's like my brain just won't function properly.
Maybe the B vitamins.
I think
we're not getting enough B vitamins.
I only take a B12 right now.
Do you really though?
Yeah.
When's the last time you took it?
I've been taking it every day since we.
Look at you.
Yeah.
You're just over here taking vitamins I don't know about.
It's no, I'm serious. It's a sublingual.
Nick used to be vegan, so he knows about the supplementing.
Yeah, I actually know a lot about B vitamins. You know what was really funny is like someone was talking about how B vitamins or B12, how most people are deficient in it, which that's very true, vegan or not vegan, right?
I'm insanely deficient.
Yeah, and I was like, someone was like, well, yeah, I bet everyone here is, deficient in B12. And I was like, actually, I'm not, because I was vegan for a long time and I know about B12. I supplement B12 every day.
Wow. Okay. Look at you. I can't take them.
Yeah.
So it's like a fun fact.
She's allergic to
synthetic vitamins. Really?
Yeah.
Okay, but like speaking of you being vegan / vegetarian, you guys. So we do this thing where for like the whole week we write down like what we want to talk about that week on the podcast. So this week we sat down a couple hours ago. We're like going over, and I'm like, okay, like let's get out our list. What happened? What did we write down?
What happened to you this week, Francesca? Can we start with mine first because I feel like yours is way funnier than mine.
Yeah, it kind of went along with that, but yeah, we can. We'll do it.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yours is so much better than mine. Okay, so I'm like, so I was like, okay, let me take a look at my notes, Francesca, and this is what I came up with. Okay. The kids flipped me off.
But we know what that was.
Yeah, that was.
His start out, we actually remember.
I do remember that one. These kids flipped me off. Anyway, and then, so the ones I don't remember are Wolfgang Luck is shit. So I do remember that because Wolfgang Puck was awful.
We literally were like, write that down. This shit's bad.
Wolfgang.
We paid like $200 for a dinner, $200 or $300, because it's Vegas, and it was like legitimately bad.
It was so bad. And then gold pan people taking fireball shots. And this one, we pieced it together. But
yeah, it was very confusing
because I was like, gold pan is a bar in our town. So I was like, what? What does that I don't know anyone who does fireball shots. I was like, this is weird. But actually at one of the after parties of the show, we were taking fireball shots out of like a shot ski and with like these random guys. Well, Francesca doesn't do fireball and neither do I, to be honest. But like,
no, I go, these guys are like, you want to take a shot with us? And I was like, no, but he will.
And I was like, oh, sure. Fireball, like whatever. And then we started talking to them and I was like, oh, okay. Like you actually like know some of the people that work at Gold Pan.
Well, that's what happened is they're like, I was like, because at the bar and nightclub show, they're like, I was like, oh, what do you guys do? And they're like, we like have an app that measures like keg levels. And I was like, oh, we have something like that at Gold Pan, which is like the sister restaurant to my winery. And they're like, wait, what? He was like, let me text your boss right now. He's like, we love you guys. We're there all the time. And I was like,
do we know you?
Like, yeah. Like out of like this, thousands and thousands of people.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many people there. And it's so fun. I always wonder about like who, we just made a connection because we started talking to them. But what if we didn't start talking about them? We would have never known that we had mutual friends.
How many people at that party do we have mutual friends with?
Like how many, because like coincidences are crazy, but there are so many crazier coincidences that we never even realized. And that's what blows my mind and I'll never know. Okay. Next one on the list. What's up, baby?
You guys, we have no other context than that.
Just that.
Just what's up, baby?
What's up, baby?
It sounds like maybe someone said that to one of us. Did you say it to someone?
I do not go up to people and say, what's up, baby? I really
Truly.
I really don't know what that means. Okay. Last one. I'm all like doses and she's all like dosa. And I think we were this doses and mimosas and my mom thought the song Doses and Mimosas like acid and she thought dosa is like the Indian food.
Yeah.
Was that it?
Something.
I don't know. Okay, read yours.
Honestly unclear, but like.
And so I was like, yeah, Francesca, none of my notes make sense. Maybe you have something that much better than what I have, Starts
out with, I'm not a vegetarian, I'm just gay.
I mean, that is just...
Here's what doesn't make sense, you guys, because Nick is a vegetarian.
I know, that's why I'm like...
So
I'm
who
not a
said
vegetarian.
I'm not a vegetarian? I'm just gay.
I literally, there's so many situations where that could be like hilarious. Like if we were hanging out with a gay man
And you're like, I'm vegetarian and I'm gay, which
like,
I don't know.
It literally makes no sense to me.
I will say we were at this restaurant and they were like, do you guys have like one of the fancy restaurants in Tulum? They were like, do you guys have any allergies? And we're like, well, like she's allergic to gluten, but she's allergic to cats. They were like, we'll make sure to not bring any kittens over to the table this evening. Thank you. Not what we meant.
Wait, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
that's
we're
hilarious.
really drunk already. And they're like, she was like, yeah, gluten and cats. And they were like, thanks.
That's not what we meant, but sure.
Then my next one is, it just says effing hate that place.
Effing hate that place.
Which place, Francesca? What do you hate? Is there a story? Like, I'm like, effing hate that place. And I like what I think I'm going to remember to talk about it on the podcast.
Like that place that you hated so much. I want to know, was that like a Tulum place or was that a Vegas place?
I don't know. But the next one, ungay activities.
Ungay activities.
I love gay activities.
I know gay activities are like
a Britney concert.
Like, yeah. like a musical. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I bet it was funny.
What's an ungay? I like how you phrase it too. Like not straight activities.
I don't know.
Ungay activities.
I don't know. Then this one says, go F yourself. Lindsay, you're effing dumb. You're stunningly average.
Who is Lindsay?
Who's Lindsay?
Who is she? Like, damn, like if she was stunningly average, like you really felt something about her.
I did. You're stunningly average.
And the thing with you is like you don't really
I don't really have beef with people. I don't like judge other people.
Yeah, like
out
if you thought someone was stunningly average, you wouldn't even think about it. I
wouldn't.
You'd
no.
just be like, okay, next. Like, so that's why I'm like, I feel like that has to be,
and especially that I don't know a Lindsay.
And yeah, like there was no girl at the bachelorette party named Lindsay. Okay, yeah, it's just Lindsay.
Bagel Con is out of the highest authority.
Is that like? Bagel Con, is it like Comic-Con?
And it's a like convention for bagels,
or is it like a con of the bagel? Like one of the things I don't like about bagels.
And here's the thing: like I'm gluten free. I don't have a huge opinion on bagels.
Yeah, you don't really have anything to do.
I don't have anything to do with bagels. Maybe it's
authority?
The highest authority. So I was able to type out Bagel Con is the highest authority.
That's something I truly have no idea.
And then I put Jews get pastrami, Catholics just get guilt. Who was I having a conversation with?
About like Jews. Like
and I'm like, they get pastrami, we just get guilt?
Yeah, you know what the difference between Jews and Catholics are, right? They have pastrami.
Is this some terrible stand-up? Like I'm some like deep New Yorker? Like I don't.
Yeah, huh.
That's it, guys. Pastrami, bagels, Lindsay, and ungay activities.
Well.
So that's what the podcast was supposed to be about.
Hey, Lindsay, if you're listening, fuck you.
Yeah, go fuck yourself. Like literally, like I like strongly go fuck yourself.
Oh my god! What if you did meet a girl named Lindsay?
I don't know.
You told her to like listen to the podcast. She's like, I was the Lindsay in Tulum.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Lindsay. Do I owe Lindsay an apology? Well, let's talk about this bachelorette party.
Okay, so after Vegas, you went to Tulum.
I flew straight to Tulum.
You flew at 5 a.m. Your flight was at 5 from Vegas to Cancun.
Yeah. So I woke up at 3. Drunk packed again. Even though I had drunk packed 2 days before. Yeah. Drunk packed again. My dad wakes me up at 3 like, Francesca, you didn't even set an alarm? Like, you have to get in a cab and you have to go to the airport. So my flight left at 5 a.m. I don't ever book a nonstop. Like, I had 2 flights.
You went to Dallas?
I've never lived this life before. I will say that my flight was delayed, so I had to run to my next gate. So there wasn't really a layover.
Yeah, sometimes that happens.
That's kind of nice. But I was a little scary, but I didn't know what to do. I was still like sobering up. So I was like,
like waiting 6 hours for a flight is one thing, but like having a 6-hour layover.
Yes.
That is really bad. So
I don't go ahead.
No, I was just saying, when I went to school in Albuquerque, but there's no direct flights from Albuquerque to St. Louis ever.
Oh.
So every time I came home, I had to take and it'd be some 3 to 6 hour connecting flight, and it was usually Denver or Dallas. And I'm just like, all right, like, do I go play patty cake with the kids?
Well, I don't remember leaving Vegas really. And I don't really remember getting to the airport or getting on my flight. But I do have texts that I was sending the girls, in our bachelorette group text. I said, I woke up today and chose violence. Then I said, the people are testing me.
Well, was it who were the people?
I don't know.
Was it Lindsay? Just kidding.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe it was Lindsay.
Yeah. I literally said I woke up today and chose violence. And my best friend was like, Francesca, some of these girls haven't met you yet. And this is the text they're getting from incoming. She's coming from Vegas. And
you're choosing violence.
I said I woke up and chose violence.
Well, I mean,
I don't know. I said I got in 2 verbal altercations already in the text, but I don't know what they are.
2 verbal altercations. Oh, wait.
Yeah, in the Vegas airport, I'm assuming.
Verbal altercations.
Yeah.
Really?
That's what it said.
Huh.
Unless I was lying.
I don't know why you would lie about that.
I don't know.
I mean,
Anyway,
that's
I ran. Then I got to Cancun. And
then I got to Cancun.
At 2.
Yeah.
And then I had a 2-hour cab ride to Tulum. So I left at 3 a.m. and I arrived at my destination at 4 p.m.
Dang.
It was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway, the house is amazing.
It looks so good.
Hot tub, pool. We were really spoiled.
Okay, if your Airbnb doesn't have a hot tub,
I've decided I'm not staying there.
No.
It's a non-negotiable.
It's unless you're traveling and stuff, but if you're there to party and have fun and vacation, get the hot tub.
Just get the hot tub. Choose the place with the hot tub.
Get the hot tub.
It's just a cool hangout. I spent the whole time in the hot tub.
Yeah.
That was Mexico. It was weird.
Was it hot?
No, not really during the day.
Yeah.
The house got kind of hot. On the 3rd floor, it was
because they're concrete generally, right? Yeah.
But no. So a lot of my friends were trying to talk me out of this because I was supposed to go to France and ski for the weekend, but they were just like, Francesca, bachelorette parties are not fun. They're horrible. They're not your friends. The vibe's always off. Someone's always complaining. I will say I sort of felt that, but it was a good vibe. Everyone was pretty generous with money because that would be a nightmare. If you've been on a group trip and you don't use the app Splitwise, I don't know what you're doing. It will save you guys so much headache. Just download the app. It
so easy to
splits
use.
all your expenses. You connect your Venmo. It's what you need to do, and you do it all at the end, and it balances it all out. None of these girls had heard of it.
Yeah,
and I was
I've run into this problem before where people are like, "What's Splitwise? I don't just want to download an app." I'm like, "Okay, well, do you want Chelsea?
Spreadsheet?
Yeah, do you want a spreadsheet? Do you want an email? Are we all going to put little notes on our phone?" Or you could just use the app, which is literally a 4th grader could use it, and it's
so easy and it's so great,
so good for travel. I feel like it was made for bachelor and bachelorette parties.
Exactly.
Also, I serve a lot of bachelor and bachelorette parties here in Colorado, and the amount, I get that it's expensive. Bachelor and bachelorette parties are expensive, but if you go on one, don't be cheap. And don't complain about money. It's such a vibe killer.
It is.
I had a guy, so for those of you who don't know, Colorado, especially in the mountain towns, it's super expensive. It really is. And I had a guy at this bachelor party, he just complained to me, the server, who definitely has nothing to do with any of the prices, just complained about the price. And he literally was like, "Do you have any alcohol that's not $7 a drink?" I'm like, "Bro, you were at the cheapest restaurant in Breckenridge. And you're still complaining about, are you going to do this all trip?" Yeah, fun time, but that's my 2 cents.
I'm looking at my notes and the fact that I just want to let everyone know that I packed 2 suitcases that were 50 pounds and I didn't bring swimsuits to Mexico.
Hey, it happens.
No, it doesn't. It's the one thing I needed. I mean, luckily I just borrowed swimsuits, but it was fine. But what? Just no swimsuits to Mexico?
That's so you.
I know.
It's
very on brand. I don't know how much I love that.
Yeah. But
next note.
Can
we normalize hating tequila?
Oh, wow. Okay, guys. So
we have so much to say about this.
I went to Mexico last May, and it was my first time in Mexico, and I thought like, oh my gosh, like I'm really excited for the tequila. I drink tequila here and there, or I did.
Yeah, I used to.
I kind of realized I was expecting me to have this like beautiful tequila moment, but I didn't. I hate tequila.
I hate it. And I'm not talking about like the Jose Cuervo, you do a shitty shot. I'm saying like, which I do. I like Clase Azul. And people really like Don Julio 1942, which I'm pretty sure like they add a bunch of flavors to it, and that's why it tastes like that, which I don't love.
That like vanilla kind of caramel flavor.
Kind of caramel flavor. But I just don't think it's a good drunk. And if one more person tells me this, Nick.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
No, you say it.
Well, tequila's the only upper. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, tequila's like actually an upper. It's the only one. Why? Why?
What
makes it that?
This powerful drug called alcohol/ethanol, which is a major depressant. What's upper about it?
If there is someone that wants to write in and give me like some type of like mixologist, biologist about how it actually is an upper, and we're stupid, but I just want to let you know that like I've never drank tequila and had like a wonderful night.
I get tired on it all the time.
Yeah, I get tired and a little fuzzy headed, and sometimes I break out.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people. They're like, oh yeah, sometimes when I have tequila, I like turn bright red. I'm like, they say it's supposed to be like one of the cleanest because it's just out of the agave plant, but
it can be a clean, and I think that's why I've heard with tequila that the sugars are more intact, so they're more complex sugars than what's left in it. But alcohol is not a sugar. It's just not. It's an alcohol.
What about sugar alcohols?
Sugar alcohols, I think, are alcohols like, in organic chemistry, like sugar group, like there's like groups of alcohol.
Can we have an expert on?
I know, we need to. I just heard that it's like more like complex, like a more of a whole carbohydrate of the sugars that are like left in it. But like,
well, I just like, here's the thing. I feel like tequila has just like become such a thing because like, oh, vodka soda, what a little bitch drink. But then like, oh, tequila soda, now you're cool. Spicy margarita, wow. Oh, did you know that's George Casamigos? That's George Clooney's tequila.
Wait, did you know that Casamigos is owned by George Clooney?
It's like,
if someone says that to me one more time.
We've heard.
we know.
And I'm pretty sure he sold it for $1 billion. So with a B. I don't think he owns it anymore.
I think their marketing is really nice.
Oh,
I know that people can like really enjoy tequila, but like, I just think that it's gets way more hype and is looked at like such a superior alcohol that I just like would have to disagree.
I just think people are like trying to be cool. I don't think that they love it that much. I think it's like Kendall Jenner. Like, do we need another celebrity tequila? Is that just what you do now?
George Clooney's is enough for me,
Yeah, well, I just feel like it's like, look, she's such a cool girl. She like sips tequila.
Yeah, it's like tequila's like chic.
Yeah.
But only in fashion.
And like a guy, like,
not.
And like, oh, doing tequila shots. I'm like, no one likes it. Okay, so whenever we do shots,
no one likes it.
I do shots of Tito's, which, wildly unpopular opinion, I love because I just chase it with a lemon. And I think that like vodka is like the superior fun drunk. It is predictable.
Yes.
I know exactly how I'm going to feel. I always feel like up and fun and good. And you don't hear people say it. Like a lot of people, like we kind of get tired and don't love it. It's like just not fun for me. But a lot of people get angry and violent on tequila. You don't really hear people saying that about vodka.
I'm sure it happens, but wait, funny story about vodka drunk. Okay, so my dad, our dad, he only drinks whiskey, okay? Like whiskey, and if it is whiskey, it's probably going to be a bourbon. Something out of Kentucky, But anyway, one time we were on a float trip where we were on a canoe and all day. So we're like having drinks, and my mom forgot to pack his whiskey. And all we had was like a fifth of vodka. And we didn't get like drunk or anything like that. We were just like sipping through the day, like probably a buzz. But I have never seen like my father giggle so hard because it's such a...
It's like, such a fun drunk.
Like, I was like... like you were giggly, you know? And I was like, that's the fucking Tito's. That's what that is. You know,
Yeah.
because Tito's is just vodka in general is just such a, I'm not gonna say it's an upper, but I think it really is like an energetic kind of up, like head drunk.
Yeah, like
more.
how wine makes a lot of people drop, like tired.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I kind of think that like alcohol or vodka is just the superior spirit, in my opinion. I personally think, for me personally, I would say gin, but I'm not gonna say that like gin's better than vodka because gin
just elicits very strong opinions.
Yeah,
like,
it is a little
people
opinionated.
Really hate it.
Where I just think vodka is like more universal, and I understand like there is a sense like an acquired taste to gin, so that's why I wouldn't really go there. But if you never really explored gin, you should really get into it because it's like really good and like awesome. Damn.
Honestly,
did Nicodemus and Francesca just have a podcast hating on tequila?
For tequila.
Like,
I don't think I ever want to drink it again. And it's like everywhere in Mexico, obviously.
I know.
But like they just like don't have Tito's places. And because I'm a little bitch, that's the most annoying thing I've ever said. But it's because I need to drink gluten-free. If someone comes to me and says all distilled alcohol is gluten-free, no, it's
Fight
not.
me.
Literally fight me. Like, oh, it's distilled, the molecule, it's science, it can't get through. It's like, that's fine. I'll take a shot of Grey Goose made from wheat and then I will shit myself 15 minutes later in public every single time. And a lot of celiacs I know do that. Things can be labeled gluten-free if they're just under 20 parts per million. So there's still gluten in it. It's just like not a lot.
Yeah.
But some people listen, when I was first found out like I was celiac and I like needed to be gluten-free, I would like cheat all the time. You guys, I shit myself in so many restaurants. Like I had to throw my underwear away all the time.
Back in the day.
Now it never happens to me because like I just don't fuck with it. Like I would never be like, oh, well, like this might have gluten. Nick's never seen me do this. Like people are like, wow, I can't believe you're like so strict. Because I used to, like when it first happened, I'd be like, oh, like it might have gluten. Like now people are like, oh, like we don't know. And I'm like, I'm chill, like not eating. Yeah. Because like I just don't.
You're not going to go down that. Yeah.
Yeah, because you can't trust a fart.
You can't trust a fart.
No.
I feel like pooping in public is just really never like going to make me feel like on my game. You know, I'm not like, I had a great night, and except I had to shit in that club.
You can't make it.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just can't make it. And like, I'm not here to play that game. And people, it is. I will say I don't have a ton of self-control, but that is one thing. Like I will not eat for ever because it's not even like real food to me. If people set stuff down, it doesn't matter how hungry I am. I won't take a bite.
It's not, it's gluten-free, not low gluten.
Yeah,
you know?
That's another thing. People who are sensitive to gluten and you just like cut down on it, you probably still feel like shit because you need to get it out of your system for at least 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully a month, and then you'll actually start to feel better. Just a little tidbit of information. DM me if you want more information on being gluten-free because it changed my life.
I was worried with like you and the gluten and food in Mexico.
No, Mexican food's so easy. It's all corn.
It's all corn, yeah.
So as long as I don't... Yeah, Mexican food's like beans, rice, corn, meat, guac, salsa.
They do cheese, but they cheese way less Mexico.
I cheesed hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't as much as like here. But I just like was really having like a cheese renaissance, which is why nothing fit me. I think I was like, oh, fuck
cheese.
it. I'm already fat. Might as well. God. No, that's how I felt.
Yeah.
Literally, like all of them were like... the bride, she's down to 8% body fat. Do you know how hard that is for a woman to get?
Yeah. Yeah.
She's cut. And I'm just over here like shoving blocks of cheese in my face.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's a hard life when you drink literally every day. But guys, it's been a day. We're getting back into, I do this sometimes. I go in cycles. So I'm trying to get back to yoga, fitness.
Yeah.
Sober Francesca.
Let's
not like it's an issue. It's just like your first couple days, like always when your body's used to something, is hard.
Yeah.
It's not like I have to stay away from it.
Cheese is chemically addicting too.
Yeah. Cheese, alcohol, pretty chemically addicting. So it's like, fine. I'm just like, I am having some cravings.
So you didn't get like sick at all?
No.
Well, that's good.
I know.
I've told Francesca she cannot go to Asia. Maybe Japan, but like it's China, Taiwan.
There's just soy sauce in the air. He just told me, like, Francesca, like, you just be sick there would get soy sauce on your food. And soy sauce is made with wheat.
Or just
FYI.
like all Asian sauces always have like a little bit of gluten in them, you know?
Yeah.
And Asia really does sauce well. But it usually has...
Even sometimes don't they add something with gluten like to their rice? So even if I just ate white rice the whole time, like it might be...
I mean, you just never know. I mean, that's just like the cross-contamination... They just do it differently, you know, and they just use a lot of it. So, and like a lot of their breakfasts are like little fried doughy things, you know, and like
sounds like my nightmare.
Yeah, or like rice porridge, but yeah, who knows? But what were some of your favorite things in Tulum?
You know, I felt like I want to go back and do like more like jungly things.
Yeah,
but it was like Tulum Disney. I felt like we were at our house and then we were like shuttled to a club. Mm-hmm. And I was like, another club, no sleep, bus. But really like club, taxi, get ready, sleep. Or, you know, like get ready, go to a club. Come home, get ready, go to another club. Like go to... I just like, it was just like party. But it was super fun. It was just like... Yeah, very much like club.
Yeah.
I will say like Rosa Negra, their dinner was the most, it's like a dinner that turns into a club.
Oh, I love places
It was like the most fun I've ever had at a dinner.
Oh, really?
Like everyone on their chairs dancing.
Oh, cool.
Like,
well, that's fun.
Everyone getting sparklers. We ordered a couple bottles there. It was just like, that was our last night and that was like insane.
And you did like cenotes and...
Yeah. Well, the hard thing about cenotes is you never know like the good ones to go to.
Yeah, that's the thing about Tulum and just Cancun and that whole like state is like there's so many different cenotes to go to.
Cenotes are like underground water caves.
Yeah, there's sinkholes that just all break out. And so it's like there are these cute little water caves and there's always like, you know, sunlight going.
Yeah, like little, you like go in and there's like an open hole with like the sun coming in. It is really like gorgeous.
Some are so gorgeous and some are cooler than others. And some have pools and some have, you know, bars and some have restaurants and stuff like that. So you never really know what you're going to get. And I hear that like when people spend a lot of time in Mexico, they like go exploring and they're like, hey, what are your favorite cenotes? I went to one in Playa del Carmen and that was really cool because it was adventurous and you could really like swim all the way through like under these little tunnels. Or you could just go chill out by the bar, but there wasn't like a restaurant. Oh, and we also got to play with spider monkeys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And well, Nick, tell about the dude. Like they were all closed.
Okay, yeah. So
these are the ones Nick found.
So we're leaving late in the day because we were really hungover, and we're like, oh, let's go do cenotes. So we get in a cab, and he's like driving us. This poor cab driver. He was just taking us to cenote after cenote, and they were all closed. He's like, okay, well, let's try this one. Okay, well, let's try this one. And we're like, oh, okay, maybe just forget about it. And then there's this like guy just standing out kind of on the side of the road. And he's like covered in tattoos. You know, he's looking real disinterested. His name is Chino. He's all like, hey, yeah, we're open. What do you want? And I'm like, I don't know, cenotes. He's like, yeah, we got some cenotes. You want to come in? We literally had the best time. We walk in and everyone's just chilling. They were kind of about to close, but he was like, no, it's fine. And he like literally reaches into the tree and grabs a spider monkey. Just like grabs it. And was like, here you go. So we're all playing with this spider monkey. And he's like, no, come on, guys, let's go to the cenotes. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, I don't want to like leave the spider monkey. He's like, no, bring it. And so we just literally got like a pet for the day. It was
like
awesome.
A baby spider monkey just went with you all day.
Yeah. And we were trying to get its sister, but it wouldn't come. And and so he just took us around, and I got on the back of an ATV at some point. It was really good. And then we explored all these different little caves. And then towards the end of it, it opened up to like this giant pool that was like man-made but it was still kind of natural. You know, it was still like in the jungle. And they had like a swing set. There was a bar. We were playing music and stuff. It was just like a really great time. And it was just like, they didn't even really have signs for them, you know? So that was just like pure luck that we like found that place. But
yeah, we were supposed to go to one, and then our like cab driver convinced us to go to another one, and mine kind of felt like too guided.
Yeah.
Like we wore life jackets and we were like, you know, taken around. I felt like he was like holding our hand.
I think I had a life. I don't know if I had a life jacket.
I don't think you did.
No,
I
definitely didn't have a life jacket. That's for sure.
Chino didn't seem like he was super into life jackets.
Yeah, no. He was, yeah. I don't think he cared much at all. But, yeah, I don't know. But,
anyway, send me suggestions for Tulum. I want to go back.
I know. We should spend like a month or like
we decided
3 weeks.
That or like Bali and just like hang out.
Yeah. So you went to Tulum. Mm-hmm. I went back to St. Louis because I had to go get my car. I actually do own a car. People don't know this about me. It's
we've been sharing a car for a couple months.
I know.
And like everyone's like, Nick's like, yeah, it's super cool, Francesca. Us sharing a car is you having a car.
Yeah.
And me taking the bus. He's like, so I'm getting my car.
And people, you know, I've been like, oh, you know, sharing a car with my sister is so difficult. And people are like, why don't you just get a car? I'm like, oh no, I own one. It's just across the country right now. What happened is when we left Aspen and we went on our road trip, when we were living out of Francesca's Chevy Equinox, I wasn't going to bring my car. So then once we got back to Colorado, since we didn't really have a place to park it and we just had all of our stuff there, I just left it in Missouri. So I haven't had my car since August.
Oh, and you didn't have snow tires.
And I didn't have snow tires on my car.
Up here without
yeah,
tires.
And my car's like really small and like it's nice. I just was like, you know, I just left it. So anyway, I left Vegas and then I flew to St. Louis. I had like 36. I didn't even have 36 hours in St. Louis. I think I had like 18, you know, and I slept a good portion of it because I was so tired. And so I woke up, saw some high school friends, and then I drove all the way to Denver, just straight shot to meet my friends. And I thought I was just going to like kind of hang out and chill. But,
sounded like you did a lot more than that.
Oh man, I was running into people. We like closed down the bars. I hadn't really been to bed yet. And then we like had a dance party in my friend's apartment wearing like robes till like 8 a.m. And then you were coming in the next day. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just stay in Denver to come get you. You know what I mean? And that's what we did. It was great. Yeah. It was fun. But we're
ready
back.
To get down
we got
to
back
business.
yesterday.
I still feel like I'm on vacation. I want to go grab a drink, but like,
I know.
I don't know.
I'm curious if I'm gonna like have a few drinks after work. You know, I don't know where.
We're really trying not to.
Yeah, I don't know.
Am I making some goat cheese nachos right now?
Goat cheese nachos.
I don't know. I'm trying not to have the oh, it's so hard.
Dairy.
I know. All right, you guys.
That's our update.
Here. That's our update. We'll be back next week.
Yeah. Woo. Yeah.
Cheers. Chef's
cheers.
kiss. We will
Bye,
see
guys.
you soon.
See you later.
Bye.